This is a day 50 recap and day 51 video for sales launch. My name's Josh McKay. I'm building a solar company here in Australia that is going to do $1 million in profit per year and starting investment of $15,000 Australian. So day 50 was the first 2 installs of our business, which to be fair could have happened a lot earlier than day 50. This is the sales game with Josh McKay, helping solar business owners sell more, make more, and work less. I think I wanted things a little bit more perfect than what they needed to be. I could have started going out in sales a lot earlier than what I did. I was building a few of the back end things and having stuff ready, like even printing out pamphlets and stuff. I didn't even use any of those for the first sales presentation. They will be handy as we go, but they're not essential for delaying the process of getting sales on. I think I've just been really excited about doing all the other things, and until the point where I saw money was about to run out, I was like, okay, now I need to go out and do sales. To be fair, that if I was really a little bit more concerned or not have a strong belief in my ability to just go out and make sales straight away, I probably would have moved into sales a lot earlier. So this could have been done faster, but I think it's also important to follow the energy as well. So I've also been enjoying every single day quite a lot. So I'm at day 51 and day 50 was our first 2 installs. So that's just how it's happened. I probably could have done day 25, first 2 installs, for example. But a few of the other things, I think like bringing on staff and such would probably be still happening around the same time. At the end, I think it works out in the wash. So I learnt a few things about the installation process, as well as setting up Wi-Fi account logins for customers that can be done before installation. So we've got a few things that we can smooth out and make a better process. But overall, the installs went really well, really happy with the end result. There's a couple of little things, like two of the panels was not flush with the rest of the panels, and I'm just gonna have a chat to the installer and make sure those type of things are sorted. Also, the designs were not the same as the designs that I pitched the customer for, I believe honestly, because the installer was choosing a little bit of an easier path. So I'm going to introduce a system, whether I do it like this, where I introduce a system where we pay an extra $100 if the design was met, or it's just something about asking installers to please make sure that the designs are met because it's part of the premium sort of system. I'll have a chat to our installer, Aaron, about those things and just make sure that we can get those things sorted out. Honestly, with installers, the best way that I can think of to incentivize them is just having a little bonus. Hey, if the design that we give you is a design that is installed, we'll add an extra $100. That's probably the easiest way. Then I don't have to worry about installers can be difficult to work with, and emotional intelligence is not always the best with all of the installers that I've worked with. If I just have an incentive which very clearly says, hey, we want this design met, and if it is, we'll pay you an extra, I believe that's going to be the way to go. So yeah, this is why I love making these videos. Sometimes I talk things out loud, listen to how they sound, listen to how they might land, and then realize, oh, actually it's just easier to go straight down on that easier path. The path of the 2 options I find the easier path. So that was good. It's going to be really cool to have a drone. That is going to be very cool. To get a drone to do before and after photos of the installs, that is going to be awesome. So I am eventually going to get that in place as well. I won't have the capacity to be the person flying the drone on all the things, but at least for the first few, I can probably learn it. Whether that's going to do that or whether just find a company to go out and do some drone footage from some of our customers every now and then, that could be the way to go as well. If we have, the thing I'm thinking of is, if we have one person whose job is to oversee installs, so it goes out there, make sure the customer's happy, helps with any of the Wi-Fi setup, asks any question, answers any questions. They can also take payment. They can do a drone flyover of the system. They can put the stickers and the signs up and things like that. And just that could be a really cool role to have. Also, that person can then perhaps start doing some of our technical site visits, or there's probably other things that we can get that person helping with. So there may be a role in that space coming up. That's the customer success liaison. I don't know what the terminology would be, but someone that really delivers on an awesome. The other thing they can do is bring drinks out to the installers, just random stuff to provide more value for everyone in the experience. that could be cool, because it was very fun to go out there and oversee the install and be there with Aaron, and it can even help out as well. It would be cool to take that drone footage, get some social media content, and improve the experience for the installers by giving them cold drinks and making sure the customer has really felt like everything's been answered by us, and they have an input, help to set everything up and make sure they know, hey, we're going to send you out your documents and all that sort of stuff. And maybe even give them a little kit with a folder that shows the brochures of the warranty documents and the panels, and maybe just thinking out loud here, but that could be a cool role to have. So I'm going to continue to brainstorm the idea of that. It's just when we start doing more than 2 installs a day and they're further apart, it might be a little bit of a challenge for that person to get to every customer. So it'll be interesting to see how many installs that one person can attend and the feasibility of that role. Today I have the plans. I've got a video call with Jerry to go over some of the processes of the during and after sales side of things, and just training on those things, like how to actually lodge the rebates, how to set up the Wi-Fi accounts and access and provide those access into our portal. I need to order uniforms, which I've already done actually. My old business partner from the last solar business that I ran, he had to let go of a salesperson because they didn't have enough leads and didn't have the capacity to train the person properly. But this guy has a fairly impressive resume, so I might give him a ring and chat to him about a sales position. I've also reached out to the old lead supplier that I had quality concerns with, and just mentioned to him that if he would be open to the idea of improving the quality, understanding that basically they pitch on a rebate offer, like it's like, here's a $4,000 rebate and we'll get someone out to show you, what you can spend it on. They don't talk about solar, they don't talk about anything. It's really, people just think that they're getting a $4,000 rebate. So it's pretty dodgy, to be honest. And it makes it really hard for us as a salesperson to then bring that person into the solar buying process. It's very hard. It's a very huge energy cost to do that, because you've got to do it, honestly, you've got to be sneaky about it. I don't want those type of leads. Basically, so I've said to him, if you can introduce a new step in your lead qualifying process, which qualifies them for solar, lets them know that the rebate is for solar, handles that sort of things, generates a better quality appointment, we can pay more for that. So maybe instead of paying the $90, we pay $150, because there's another appointment setting business that is starting up. They're doing appointments set into the calendar for 250 Australian dollars. And I'm looking at that and I thought, look, if we can get 1 in 3 appointments, that even if we can get 1 in 4, it's an okay thing to start from. With their margins in the business being upwards of $4,000, it's not ideal to have 25% of the acquisition cost, but it could be worse as well. So it's something that we can start with, and then we can, as we start to learn how to generate our own leads, we can start bringing that cost down. So yeah, that's just, if you can have an appointment setter that's setting appointments you don't have to manage, there's a lot of value in that as well. So maybe we can get those appointments, and we can get other generated leads that our own appointment setters would qualify, and then overall the cost of acquisition cost across the business isn't 1,000, maybe it's 500, and that is a much better number to approach. That being said, the other thing is we can build more on the back end of the business as well, of building in long-term value add-ons and the lifetime, the lifetime value of the customer as well, by having additional products that we can present to them over the period of the next 10 years, but even shorter would be better. The other thing, sorry, I'm a little bit all over the place because there's a lot of things happening. I got a new appointment setter starting tomorrow. So I'm saying the word appointment setter, but I'm using the terminology sales development representative for our business, because that more accurately reflects their role and the value they provide to the business. And what they're actually doing is developing sales opportunities for our salespeople. So I've got someone starting tomorrow. So I'm also just thinking, like, is there a possibility that I can get a sales training video done in the next sort of 7 hours in order to run him through that, so that I don't have to train him and then train the next person manually? I don't think so, but there are a few things that I need to get set up and in place, and some CRM development as well that would be ideal if before I start going out and setting appointments. that in some of the CRM development that I wanted done, like some of the automated leads and the SMS platforms, are finished before I start attending appointments, because that's really going to help me automate my follow-up with these door-to-door appointments, because door-to-door appointments typically closed on the spot or within basically a couple of days, usually on the spot. So any automation that I can introduce to try and pick up 1 or 2 sales down the track is going to be a huge help, because after it's initially set up, the only cost of the automation is like $70 a month recurring subscription. It's a huge value. If you can pick up an extra sale a month, it's worth $4 or $5 grand a month. It's a very good thing to pay for. Yeah, so when I get that done, also before I attend my next commercial appointment, I do want to get a commercial email chain and SMS chain set up as well, but that is lower value because I'm not prioritizing that at the moment, and we're not getting many commercial leads through. That's going to take time, so doing things as I need to, because I can't do all these things at once. Not yet, anyway. I don't have enough people to help me. So I'm going to call that sales guy that they trained up for Shane, my old business partner's business. I'm going to call him and see if he's looking for sales work. I believe he's based in Melbourne, so I would only offer the role if he was going to live in Perth, so it may not work. I've got a couple of other candidates. I've already hired 2 people out of the Seek ad, which we paid for, the most expensive Seek ad, so promoted to stay on the first page and show up in results pretty often. If you can get 1 person from 1 Seek ad, you've done well. And that ad was $800. So the setup costs of a new representative is probably around $1,500 plus the training costs. It probably costs around $3 to $4 grand to get a person up to speed to where they're going to start, at least covering themselves over the first 2 to 3 weeks. Covering themselves as in generating enough appointments and then sales to cover their cost. Ideally faster, but let's be realistic and give people the time they need to develop and feel safe and comfortable, because we're not looking at people just for a real quick sort of churn and burn. We want people to stay for a long time. So I want to train people properly with that. This video is all over the place. These days happen. These days where I'm feeling overwhelmed because there's a lot to do. There's a possibility that's why this video is a little bit all over the place. I can feel it though. I had another email candidate that is moving to Australia from Ireland. He reached out and he emailed me, and then he also applied to the job, and his responses to the emails are just really well thought out. He's put a lot of effort and personality into it. Even if he's used ChatGPT, the fact that he has the determination and the enthusiasm to go and do that is exceptional. It stands out quite a lot. Honestly, it's really not hard to stand out. You just have to respond to the communications and put a little bit of effort into the response, and you'll stand out. Like, it's really easy to get a job as from this recruitment side of things. And it's really easy to identify the people that stand out, because everyone else doesn't reply, doesn't check, doesn't put in any effort to their emails, whatever it is. I also am just going to order I'll get Jerry to help me with this one, order some brochures, because I thought it was quite funny. We had these little warranty documents. They were supposed to be little A4 size, like folded in 3. So 1, 2, 3, like that, a little pamphlet. And they came out to be massive. Each page was A4 size. So I just need to get those reprinted out so I can use those as sales materials in my consultations. But that is all for now. If I quickly recap, basically the priority today is to get Jerry up to speed on the back end side of the business for installs through to claiming the rebates and finalizing getting customer documents and everything, so that he can do that without me needing to be present moving forward. Then also getting some little things like the CRM stuff ready for when I'm going to be attending. So now that I'm going to be training Byron, the new guy, it's going to take a lot of my energy and time, and I'm not going to have a lot of energy and time outside of that training program. And then I've got Haley starting in another 2 weeks. So basically from now, it's a real big focus on recruitment and getting the people in. So I want to get the appointment setters in, and then I want to get salespeople in, and then I want to get these different appointment generated companies and things so that I can have enough for at least 2 salespeople that are running. That's the goal. As soon as I can get at least 2 salespeople, then maybe I can spend a little bit more time on there, or maybe I continue to build that team up a little bit as well. I'll probably get those people up to speed, then make sure we keep them there for a while. maybe, and for a while it might just be 2 or 3 weeks. That's honestly usually enough to just get everyone, let them figure out what they're doing, get comfortable in their roles, provide more training, coaching, give me a little bit of time to fucking mellow out a little bit again before I'm ready to work on the next phase. And there's things like working on the drone, working on social media marketing and things like that I want to spend some energy and time doing as well, exploring agency companies that can help generate leads for us. The big thing is leads. It's easy for me to train salespeople, so we can do that. The big thing is leads. So we get as many different lead sources as we can. That way we can train salespeople. The idea is that we've always got more leads than salespeople. And even if that drives the acquisition cost up slightly, I want there to be no scarcity for leads, because as a salesperson, if there's always leads coming through, you sell better. And if you're the good quality leads and we can filter out and make sure that we're attending good quality appointments, business is going to be fine. So even if we spend an extra $2,000 a week on leads, we can still use automated follow-up campaigns and things as well with the leads. So there might be an option to, we can put the leads that we didn't have time weren't quite qualified. Maybe we can put them through this back-end email chain which tries to sell them, and we develop a chatbot to try and sell them through email campaign. Something like that. Maybe we'll drop our pricing a little bit there to have no human interaction, see if we can pick up some things and basically negate the loss of leads as well in that way. It's just little things like that I'm keen to learn and play with. So that's day 51, start of the week, big week. The next couple of days I'll make a video a day just to talk about what I'm training the person on each day. I'm starting to realize as well with Sales Launch that what I'm doing is learning all these things and reading all these books and learning about even like innovation in business and how to bring people that have strong execution skills and strong innovation skills together, because you can have someone that's really good with all the ideas, but typically they might not have the execution skills to back that up. So then you need someone to balance that out. I'm reading a book called The Innovator's DNA at the moment. I'm reading and listening to the audiobook. To be honest, the tonality of the audiobook's very dry, but it's a lot of cool information in that book. And I'm starting to see that if you learn things in different areas and different industries and even unrelated, sometimes you can draw things from those and piece together solutions which might help within your own problem solving. And I think I have that ability quite well. And where I lack is probably the actual execution. I need people to help me with the execution and the operations. Yeah, which is kind of execution. Yeah, so it's cool, it's fun. I'm definitely glad that I made the decision to start another solo company, because I'm going through all these things and then I'm having conversations with other solo business owners and learning that some of the things that I already know are quite well above where their current knowledge might be. And then there's probably areas where they're going to have which are well above my current area of knowledge. So it's going to be cool to learn those things as well. So, anyway, until next time.